Did you know that over 200,000 people apply for Australian citizenship every year? But soon, the rules that decide who gets in might completely change. Australia's government is rolling out new citizenship laws that could either open the door for thousands or slam it shut. And here's the twist. What you think you know about Australian migration might no longer apply. These changes aren't just about forms and waiting times. They could fast-track citizenship for some, while making it nearly impossible for others. Imagine spending years building a life in Australia only to find out that a small rule change has wiped away your chance at citizenship. Sounds intense, right? Well, it is. And trust me, some of these changes are the kind that no one is really talking about yet. In this video, we're counting down 10 jaw-dropping reasons why these new laws could change everything. Stay with me until the end, because reason number 1 might just leave you speechless. Number 10. Minor pathway simplifications. Let's start with one of the most overlooked, yet surprisingly important changes. Minor pathway simplifications. On the surface, this might sound like just a little paperwork tweak, but for many future Australians, it could be the difference between frustration and freedom. Under the new laws, some minor application pathways are being simplified. This means that certain categories of people, like long-term residents, skilled workers, and even some family applicants, may now face fewer hurdles when applying for citizenship. For example, the application process is being streamlined for people who have already made significant contributions to Australian society, but were previously caught in long and complicated bureaucratic loops. What does this actually mean for you? Well, fewer forms, less waiting, and possibly a smoother ride to approval. Instead of jumping through endless hoops, some applicants might now find the system more accessible and efficient. Imagine no longer needing to submit stacks of unnecessary paperwork or waiting months for background checks that used to drag on. But here's where it gets interesting. Not everyone knows about these changes yet. Some migrants are still stuck following the old, more difficult paths simply because they haven't heard the news. This gives you an edge if you're paying attention now. So, while this might seem like a small improvement, it's actually a game changer for those in the right categories. And as we move down this list, trust me, the changes only get bigger and more shocking from here. Number 9. Faster processing times for select visas. One of the biggest frustrations for people applying for Australian citizenship has always been the endless waiting. For some, the processing time stretches over years, turning dreams into painful delays. But now, with the new laws, Australia is promising something few expected: faster processing times for select visas. Yes, you heard that right. The government is actively working to speed up approvals for certain groups of applicants, especially those who are already contributing to the country's economy or working in key industries. Visas that used to take over a year might now be processed in just a few months. This is huge for people who have job offers, family commitments, or urgent life plans waiting on their approval. Why is this happening? Well, Australia is facing skill shortages in critical sectors and needs people to fill those gaps quickly. So, by reducing the backlog and fast-tracking priority applications, the system can now bring in valuable workers faster while rewarding those who are already making a difference. But here's the catch. Not all visas are getting this VIP treatment. Only select pathways and high-demand professions are on the fast track. If you're in the right category, this could mean getting citizenship faster than you ever imagined. If you're not, you might still face the old, grinding pace. So, if you're thinking of applying soon, timing and visa type could be everything. Knowing where you fit in could save you years of waiting. And guess what? The changes coming next could impact even more people in even more surprising ways. Stay tuned. Number 8. Stricter good character requirements. Now, let's talk about a change that has caught many by surprise. Australia is tightening its good character requirements. This might sound like a simple background check, but under the new laws, the standards for what's considered good character have just gotten a lot tougher. Previously, Minor offences or mistakes made years ago might have been overlooked, especially if the person had shown good behaviour since. But now, even small infractions, like unpaid fines, minor legal issues, or poor conduct, could seriously jeopardise your chance at citizenship. Authorities will have more power to reject applications based on a wider range of character concerns, even if those issues seem small or happened in the distant past. What's even more challenging is that applicants now carry the burden of proving they meet these higher character standards. It's not enough to simply say you've been a good citizen. You may need to provide clear documentation, character references, or even explain minor incidents from your past that previously wouldn't have raised eyebrows. So, why is Australia doing this? Officials claim it's about protecting community values and ensuring that new citizens truly represent the country's principles. But for many people, this adds another layer of stress to an already complicated process. Think about it. Could a traffic fine or a youthful mistake from years ago now block your pathway to becoming an Australian citizen? It's possible under these new rules. And as we move further down the list, you'll see the changes only become more personal and more impactful. Keep watching. Number 7. New language proficiency standards. Language is more than just words. It's the key to belonging, connection, and opportunity. And under Australia's new citizenship laws, the bar for English language proficiency is being raised. This isn't just a small step. For many applicants, it's a big hurdle. Previously, the language requirements were considered achievable for most people with basic English skills. But now, the new standards demand a higher level of fluency to pass the citizenship test and demonstrate your ability to integrate into Australian society. This change aims to ensure that new citizens can fully participate in everyday life, whether it's at work, in schools, or in community activities. But here's where it gets tricky. What happens to those who've built their lives in Australia but struggle with formal English? People who have lived, worked, and contributed for years might now find themselves failing the language requirement, simply because they haven't passed a stricter test. It's a change that could divide families and block citizenship pathways for thousands. The good news? There are ways to prepare. Community language classes, government-funded programs, and even online courses can help applicants build the skills they need to succeed. The key is starting early and being proactive. So, while these higher language standards might seem like a barrier, they're also an invitation to fully engage, to grow, and to truly become part of the Australian story. And as we move to the next reason, you'll see that for some people, a new life in Australia might now come with faster benefits than ever before. Number 6. Expanded regional pathways. Australia has always faced a unique challenge. Its major cities are booming, but many regional areas remain underpopulated and desperate for skilled workers. To fix this, the government's new citizenship laws are creating expanded regional pathways that could make it easier and faster for people living outside the big cities to become Australian citizens. So, what does this really mean? If you're willing to live and work in regional towns, places often overlooked in favour of Sydney, Melbourne, or Brisbane, you could now qualify for citizenship more quickly. The residency requirements may be reduced, and some visa pathways exclusive to regional Australia might now lead directly to permanent residency and, eventually, citizenship. But this isn't just about faster paperwork, it's about real opportunities. Many regional areas offer cheaper housing, closer communities, and growing industries in health, agriculture, and construction. Imagine starting a new life where the cost of living is lower, your visa is processed faster, and you're genuinely welcomed because you're helping the local economy thrive. Of course, moving to regional Australia comes with challenges too. Limited public transport, fewer schools, and sometimes less cultural diversity. But for those who are open to adventure and ready to explore life beyond the big cities, this pathway could be your golden ticket to faster citizenship. So, before you lock yourself into the crowded urban race, ask yourself, could a quieter life in a regional town be the smartest shortcut to becoming Australian? Stick with me, because the next reason on our list could change how you view your own profession. Number 5. Priority for critical sector workers. If you've ever dreamed of fast-tracking your Australian citizenship, your job could now be your secret weapon. That's right. Under the new laws, workers in critical sectors are getting top priority. This is a huge shift that could change the lives of people in industries Australia urgently needs. So, who's on the fast track? The new priority list includes healthcare professionals, aged care workers, agricultural specialists, and those working in essential services. These sectors are facing serious shortages, and the Australian government is now rewarding people who step up to fill these vital roles. If you're in one of these fields, you could see your visa processed faster, your residency requirements shortened, and your path to citizenship cleared more quickly. What's even more exciting? Some sectors that weren't prioritised before, like supply chain workers and teachers in regional areas, are now being added to this list. Imagine turning your day job into your passport to a new life. But here's the important part. Not everyone realises their job is on this priority list. Some people might be sitting on a golden opportunity without even knowing it. That's why it's crucial to check if your profession qualifies. You could be closer to citizenship than you think. So, could your current career be your ticket to Australia? Stay tuned, because the next changes we'll cover might open even more unexpected doors. We put a lot of heart into creating these videos to bring you valuable, up-to-date information. If you found this helpful, please drop a comment below and let us know which change surprised you the most. It means the world to us. And hey, subscribing is just one click, but it keeps us going. Thank you. Number 4. Stricter English language testing for partners. For many people, the journey to Australian citizenship isn't a solo mission, it's a family goal. But under the new citizenship laws, there's a tougher challenge waiting for partners of applicants. Australia is now enforcing stricter English language testing for partners applying through the partner visa stream. Previously, partners of visa applicants didn't need to meet a high level of English proficiency. But now, the government is raising the bar, aiming to ensure that all migrants, including their spouses or de facto partners, can fully participate in Australian society. On paper, this sounds reasonable. It's about better integration and communication. But for many families, it adds an unexpected layer of pressure. Imagine being in a committed relationship, building a life together in Australia, but facing the risk of visa delays or even rejection because your partner doesn't meet the new language requirement. For some, this could mean taking extra language classes, sitting stressful tests, or facing longer approval timelines. The good news? There are plenty of support systems available, including free English classes offered by the Adult Migrant English Program, AMEP, and other community services. These programs can make a real difference, but they require effort, preparation, and time. So here's the big question. Could language skills now decide the fate of your family's future in Australia? It's a real possibility under these tighter rules. Stay with me, because the next reason reveals how Australia's new laws could speed up the citizenship process for the youngest residents in ways that were previously impossible. Number 3. Pathways for children born in Australia. One of the most heartwarming and surprising changes in Australia's new citizenship laws is the introduction of faster and more inclusive pathways for children born in Australia to non-citizen parents. This shift could completely reshape the future for many families. Under the previous rules, children born in Australia to temporary residents often had to wait until their parents gained permanent residency before they could be eligible for citizenship. This process could take years, leaving children in a legal grey area despite being born and raised in the country. But now, the new laws are creating a much faster route for these Australian-born kids. The updated policy allows children to potentially qualify for citizenship automatically after just a few years of continuous residence, even if their parents are still on temporary visas. Imagine what that means. A child born today could soon hold Australian citizenship while their parents are still waiting in the visa queue. This isn't just a paperwork change, it can completely shift the family's life, unlocking access to healthcare, education, and community services much earlier. For many migrant families, this could be a life-changing advantage, especially for those who plan to stay long-term but are still working through the complex visa system. It's a ray of hope in what can otherwise feel like a slow and uncertain journey. Could your newborn child now hold the key to your family's Australian future? It's a powerful possibility under these new laws. And the next reason we're about to explore could open the door to dual citizenship for many more people than ever before. Number 2. Dual citizenship made easier in some cases. For years, one of the toughest choices for migrants has been deciding whether to give up their original citizenship to become Australian. But now, under the new laws, dual citizenship is being made easier in specific cases. And this could be a life-changing shift for many people. Australia already allows dual citizenship, but some countries don't. In the past, this forced many applicants to make painful decisions. Should they hold on to their original nationality or fully embrace life as an Australian? The updated policies are now creating new agreements and relaxed restrictions for dual citizenship, especially with countries that are revising their own laws. This means that more people may soon have the chance to legally hold 2 passports. The impact? You could maintain strong ties to your country of birth, family, culture, property rights, while also enjoying the full benefits of being Australian. No more choosing one identity over another. This can open doors for easier international travel, better business opportunities, and deeper family connections across borders. However, here's the catch. Not all countries are included, and the details depend heavily on the specific agreements Australia has or is currently negotiating. It's critical to check whether your home country now allows dual citizenship with Australia under these evolving rules. So ask yourself, could you soon hold 2 passports and truly have the best of both worlds? This is one of the most exciting developments in the new citizenship landscape, and the biggest, fastest change is still coming next. Stay tuned for reason number 1. It's a game changer. Number 1. Reduced residency requirement. Now, here's the biggest game changer of all: the potential reduction in Australia's residency requirement for citizenship. This single update could fast-track the journey to becoming Australian by an entire year, a shift that's already generating massive interest and debate. Previously, most applicants needed to live in Australia for 4 years before becoming eligible for citizenship. But under the proposed changes, this could soon drop to just 3 years of lawful residence. On the surface, it sounds like a simple number change, but in reality, it's life-altering for thousands of people. Imagine cutting a full year off your waiting time. 1 less year of uncertainty, visa renewals, and feeling like you're in limbo. For many families, students, skilled workers, and permanent residents, this means they can secure their future in Australia sooner, access more rights, and fully participate in Australian life faster than they ever thought possible. It could also help people reunite with family members more quickly and open up career opportunities that require full citizenship. But here's the catch: it's not yet guaranteed for everyone. The reduced residency rule may apply only to specific visa holders or those who meet certain criteria, like living in regional areas or working in high-demand jobs. The fine print matters, and missing out on key eligibility details could cost you precious time. So, could you be 1 year closer to calling Australia home? This is the kind of change that can reshape your entire timeline, and for some, it could make all the difference. If you've ever dreamed of becoming Australian, now is the time to pay attention. Australia's new citizenship laws are not just minor adjustments, they're major shifts that could completely transform the journey to becoming Australian. From faster processing times and stricter language requirements to surprising pathways for children and the chance to hold dual citizenship, these changes touch every corner of the immigration process. Whether you're planning to apply soon, already living in Australia, or supporting a family member on this path, understanding these updates could give you a real advantage. What's clear is this: timing, profession, location, and even your personal history now play a bigger role than ever before. Some people will find the door to citizenship opening faster, while others may face new challenges that could slow them down. So, what do you think? Which of these changes impacts you or someone you know? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'd genuinely love to hear your story. Your feedback helps us continue making these videos for people just like you. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe, and share it with anyone who needs to know about these critical updates. It's just one click, but it truly helps us keep creating content that matters. Thanks for watching.